One of the most potent magical instruments, the runes, can be dangerous in the wrong hands. The most powerful and wisest Nordic god made a huge sacrifice and endured a lot of pain to learn the runic alphabet. But why did he do it? And what's more, why did he give this wisdom to humanity? Today we attempt to find some answers, so join us on our esoteric explorations. The popularity of Norse mythology and Viking history has substantially increased interest in runic knowledge in recent years. There is no universal agreement on the runes' origin, and their history is steeped in mystery. Some scholars cite the Old Italic script as their source, while others claim the Etruscan script. The usage of the runes for magical reasons is said to have started much later after they were initially utilized for mundane purposes like marking property or personal objects. In the pre-Christian Germanic worldview, spoken words were believed to have terrifyingly powerful creative abilities. Contrary to the popular belief that reality creates words, the Germanic worldview held that the reverse was true. When a sentence is spoken out loud, it has an irrefutable and irreversible effect. The runes, which are visual representations of phonemes, the smallest unit of sound in a language, have a similar concept to Hebrew letters, which, in the Jewish mystical system known as the Kabbalah, are combined to form magical names and words of power based on numerical values. The traditional Northern European view of language agrees with the phonesemantic view, where words can create reality. Using the runes, one can create magical words and phrases by combining them phonetically, or occultly with numbers and symbols. These techniques are often used together when creating rune artifacts for magical use. Rune magic is a form of divination and spellcasting that uses the elemental powers believed to be possessed by the runes. These symbols are considered the most potent tools for material change in the world and can cause things to happen violently and unpredictably. Therefore, rune magic is considered to be the most dangerous form of magic for those who are not aware of its power. Despite lacking human consciousness, the runes possess a certain type of awareness, akin to that of animals, plants, and spirits. They are watchful and quick, sometimes even malicious, and their unpredictability can be seen as madness. Unlike modern skepticism and rationalization, the runes have remained uneluded, perhaps because they were forgotten for so many centuries. They are true to themselves and maintain a terrifying sanity. The structure of the runes is also unique. They are the most portable and smallest magical system, consisting of only a few simple letters that can be written on any surface and carried in one's mind. In times of crisis, they can be quickly and easily written anywhere without the need for heavy temple implements. Since they exist only in mind, they are transportable and cannot be lost or destroyed. It's no surprise then that according to Scandinavian mythology, the deity who embodies the intense desire for knowledge and is the greatest sage was the first to learn the full power of the rune alphabet. At the center of the Norse cosmos stands the great tree Yggdrasil. Yggdrasil is not merely a symbol, but an actual physical entity that grows in the center of the universe, and whose roots and branches connect all the different worlds. According to Norse mythology, Yggdrasil has 3 roots, each reaching a different world. One root extends into Asgard, the home of the Aesir gods, another into Jotunheim, the land of the giants, and the third into Niflheim, the land of the dead. In the tree trunk lies the entrance to Hell, the underworld guarded by the monstrous hound Garm. Yggdrasil also connects to other worlds, including the realms of the light and dark elves. Yggdrasil grows out of the Well of Erd, a pool whose fathomless depths hold many of the most powerful forces and beings in the cosmos. The well is located at the base of the tree, and its waters are said to be the source of all life. It is said that the three Norns, three sagacious maidens who create the fates of all beings, live by the well and are responsible for weaving the threads of destiny for all beings in the cosmos. One of the foremost techniques the Norns use to shape fate is by carving runes into Yggdrasil's trunk. Each rune has a particular meaning and power. The Norns use them to influence the course of events in the cosmos. The symbols then carry these intentions throughout the tree, affecting everything in the 9 worlds. And the runes do not reveal themselves to any but those who prove themselves worthy of such fearful insights and abilities. Odin was the highest of deities and the chief of the Aesir tribe of gods and goddesses. Befitting his kingly stature, Odin was also a mighty warrior. It was said that he never lost a battle. There were even those who believed he could never lose. According to the England saga, Odin was renowned for his martial and magical abilities. He had the power to change his appearance and deliver eloquent speeches that could convince anyone. He could transform into a bird or beast and travel to distant lands in a flash. With a single word, he could extinguish fires, calm the sea, and change the direction of the wind. And sometimes he even had the power to summon the dead from their graves. Odin was a master of foretelling future events and had the ability to bring both misfortune and strip people of their strength and sanity. He was also knowledgeable of concealed treasures hidden within the earth and could open mounds at his command. His warriors were invincible, and his opponents would become blind and deaf in battle, while their weapons would not harm Odin's warriors. However, despite his military prowess, Odin went against the conventions of the typical warrior king archetype highly idealized by the Norse. He was more interested in acquiring knowledge than in seeking conquests. He courted shamans, seers, and necromancers to attain knowledge and was known as the furious lord of ecstasy and inspiration for his passion for learning and his willingness to go to great lengths to obtain it. He had accomplished many feats in his pursuit of gaining new information. For instance, he had transformed into an eagle to steal the poetry of Mead, and he had visited the realm of hell to learn about Ragnarok from a dead seer. He relied on his 2 ravens, Hugin and Munin, to gather knowledge from the 9 worlds. Finally, Odin had even made a tremendous sacrifice to gain more knowledge. He plucked out his own right eye and threw it into the well that stood beneath one of the roots of Yggdrasil to drink from the waters and receive wisdom. Despite his efforts, Odin knew there was still more to learn. He knew that the Norns had the most knowledge about the world, but rarely shared their insights with others. So he decided to make the greatest sacrifice possible to get a glimpse of the Norns' wisdom. Odin hung himself from the branches of Yggdrasil. He pierced himself with a spear to make it a blood sacrifice. He hung on the tree for 9 days and nights, waiting for the mysteries of the Well of Erd to be revealed. Throughout his struggle, some of the creatures who resided on the world tree's branches approached him, but he refused to accept food or water from them. On the 9th day, he was barely alive. Yet, his sacrifice was accepted just before his death, and the well revealed the runes to him. Having been initiated into the mysteries of the runes, Odin recounted, "Then I was fertilized and became wise. I truly grew and thrived. From a word to a word, I was led to a word. From a work to a work, I was led to a work." After mastering the art of the runes, he became one of the mightiest and most accomplished beings in the cosmos. The significance of Odin's shamanic experience cannot be overstated. The world tree is a frequent theme in shamanic traditions because it serves as a vital link between the 3 worlds of the shamanistic worldview. Shamans go to other realms via the world tree, crossing the different levels of existence. The world tree is one of the most rudimentary mythical representations, expressing ancient man's understanding of the organization of the world. In essence, it represents the cosmic axis, which runs through the heart of the world and connects the celestial spheres of heaven, earth, and hell. By piercing himself into the trunk of Yggdrasil with a spear, Odin sacrificed himself on all planes of existence, symbolically crucifying himself to all worlds, thereby achieving unity. This unity is the heart of enlightenment and divine transfiguration. Furthermore, Odin's gaze was drawn to the roots of the tree, which represented the subconscious and the dark, animal element of human nature. Working with one's monstrous and chthonic nature, metaphorically falling into one's own hell, investigating the darkest recesses of one's personality to emerge renewed. This archetype of spiritual development associated with the journey into hell can be found in all mystical systems, from shamanism to Christianity. The 9-day period is especially significant, since the number 9 is sacred in the northern mystical tradition and is associated with the 9 worlds of Scandinavian cosmology. According to Norse mythology, Odin passed on the knowledge of runes to mankind to share his wisdom and understanding with humans. He felt that the power of the runes may help individuals understand their fate and connect with the spiritual world. Besides, Odin considered the runes as a means for mankind to speak with the divine and get access to concealed information that could only be disclosed by using these sacred symbols. He felt that by sharing the runes with humanity, he could help people better grasp the universe and their place within it. Aside from that, every aspect of Norse mythology has either lessons or messages, and the message in Odin's finding of runes is clear. Sacrifice is required for success. The best definition of sacrifice is giving up something of a smaller value to achieve something of higher value. Odin valued his knowledge and skill to discern runes over the physical suffering he had to bear during the sacrifice. Many people today want to get things without following the law of sacrifice that Odin exemplified. The notion of losing weight without giving up junk food, gaining strength without working out, or becoming rich without working hard is a seductive fantasy, because everything comes with a price. This is one of the reasons why Norse mythology is still relevant and lasting. The principles and messages given by Odin and other mythological figures are timeless and relevant.